Okay, what's up, everyone? I thought I'd take this time to show you how to use this iPad app for ThinkorSwim. Now, this app is a godsend if you are a mobile trader, if you're on the run and you don't have a laptop, you don't have a computer. To give you an example, I am currently in Alaska and my laptop is just not working very well, and I'm relying on the iPad app and the mobile app to really get me through my trading week. And it's really, really helpful. It's probably one of the most powerful mobile apps on any other trading platform I've seen. The only issues I have with the app is it just there really is not much documentation that has been provided to myself and just the overall marketplace, I guess you could say, or what's out there. There's maybe one or two YouTube videos, and I thought this would be a great time to kind of do a video to help other fellow traders that are getting onto the platform and want to use it to the full potential because it's a totally free app if you currently have a TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim account. And let's get into it. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and open the app and log in. You're going to have two accounts. You'll see paper trading, which is like your sim, and then you'll have a live account, which is green. You'll see here mine is in yellow. That means I'm in my paper trading, and it says paper money at the very top there. Now, there's a lot of features to this app, and I'm going to kind of go through them one step at a time. So feel free to fast forward or just kind of skip the rest of the early junk here because I'm going to go a little slow and kind of go through every single feature because some of the other videos I've seen in the documentation hasn't really shown all the features really in detail, and it's really, really powerful depending on what you're using it for. Okay, so getting started, number one. So you get into this platform, and the first thing you see is what you see right here. You see kind of a portfolio overview, right? And you kind of can look at different things. It's supposed to simulate the My Profile in the ThinkorSwim desktop platform, which is also a great tool. So starting from the top there, you'll see you have your portfolio and your money, basically your accounts, right? Now, one of the coolest things I love about this, and I had no idea it was there because it was kind of hidden. You can see right here, look, you have TV and you can watch TV and it just works great. See this? I mean, it just goes, it just pops up, and I totally would have missed it if I wasn't, kind of just looking about and stuff. So that is great. That works great as well. And if you have LTE or if you're on a hotspot, that also works. If you hit this button right here, it just maximizes your positions. And this is something that I actually was trying to figure out for actually a long time because I wasn't sure what that button does, but I don't have any positions right now, so you can see that. But if I did, you'd see all the details here. You would see the symbol and you would see different things. So if I can go to privacy mode, by the way, this is where you turn on and off the privacy mode of the app. Believe there's another way of getting it to via the settings, but I'll go ahead and leave this off. You can go to orders, so I can go to filled. Let's go to time. Go to all, sorry. So here you can see all these things I've done. I can take the filter off, and by hitting this, I can change the filter. So hitting the filter button, I can go and filter from like the last 30 days. You can see here I can do different types of situations and hit apply, and it'll go through. And let's take a look at this. So this is a future order I did. Let's see here. So you can kind of see all the stuff I practice with. Let's see, alerts. I can go to alerts. I don't have any alerts. Okay, so basically you have here positions, balances, orders, any type of orders, you can filter them. You can go to alerts. You can actually edit your alerts here, and also I believe you can create them once you click on them. There's another way to do that as well. Now, if I go to positions, this is actually important because right here you'll see you can customize this via this button. And I believe I've already done this. I've added delta here on my ribbon. And just by using your finger sliding across, you can see other options here. That's something that it wasn't pointed out to me. I had to play with it. But if I go here, you can see I can add different things, and you can see I just added delta, but you can add other things, take the certain things away. The power behind this is really nice. These are, if you need anything more than these features, you might as well just use desktop platform, but I thought that was really nice. So now to get out of this, you just go ahead and hit that minimize, maximize button in the upper right hand corner. Then we get back to the portfolio. Now, I'm not a big person with the chat rooms here. There are chat rooms offered by TD, but if you go here, click it, you can go right into the chat rooms listen to audio, and chat away. Calendar feature, I'm not real big into it except if I want to look for earnings. So this is a really cool feature if you have something saved and you can look up a symbol here. So if I want to do V was one stock I was playing with, I can look at and see here, blue, they have some news. And let's see if I go out of this, I can filter that. I can filter by all symbols, just overall news. I can look for earnings. So it's the same thing that's in the TD Ameritrade ThinkorSwim platform. Down below is just a news section. If you hit the maximize button, you'll go ahead and view all the news, and you can filter this based on which indicator that you're looking at. My trade is something that is kind of their, what do they call it? Kind of the Facebook or social network. Okay, so social network, you can really get into other people's trades. You can post trades, you can copy trades. Now, this feature does work, but I've had a lot of problems with the ability to give you an example. I built a trade and it's a very complex trade, but it was not letting me share it with another ThinkorSwim member. And I have a ticket open with ThinkorSwim and they haven't gotten back to me yet. But basically, what I was trying to do is I was trying to build a trade and I wanted to share it. And instead, what happened is it basically just copied it into like a certain format of like, the buy, sell, whatever, instead of just like a link and I can click it and open it. You can copy and paste trades into TD Ameritrade, which is great, but I've been having some problems with some of the customized options, and that's why I have a ticket open. So I'll try and update you guys if that's fixed, but to use it as a basic buy sell, this does work, and you can post it. You could post a new trade, and then you can basically my profile. Let's see, that's and you can copy trades. If I click copy trade, this guy is doing Uber. Stay away from that. So that's that feature. It's really good. I like it. So you can follow people and stuff. Okay, so on this screen, we also have stuff on the right here. You'll see on the right here is pretty much a watch list. Okay, this is my watch list for the week. I'm watching the SPY, or the SPX, VEVE, SPY, and Twilio. Okay, you can customize this and you can change it all about. And you can also just change which watch list you have. So if you have multiple watch lists, you can change that just by clicking here. I only have one, but you can go ahead and you'd see all the different watch lists here. So I have a day trading one, and you might have an options one or a long-term watch list, etc. You can also filter by your devices. So this is actually a feature some people forget and don't realize, but what this does is it's basically syncing, say you have this iPad, right, on like say like a right side or somewhere on the side of your platform, your main computer. On your main computer or your laptop, whatever you have the actual ThinkorSwim platform, Windows or Mac, right? So when you switch these, it can instantly sync that. So it looks at what the same thing you're looking at. So that's really great because if I'm on my iPad and I click VEVE and then I map it to the yellow or red, it'll pop up on my desktop with that same stock at the same time. So, and it'll update it. That's a really good feature. I like that. Another thing I like is the customization. So you can see here, I can, customize this ribbon as well. I can add all kinds of things. And this is really in depth. If you go into this and if you go into a lot of different fundamentals, you can see you have lots of potential to add to this ribbon here. It's very default at the beginning, but if you wanted to add like theta or something else that's very like complex related to options or futures, MACD, some kind of value, like if you're looking for some type of study, you can go to studies. I mean, there's so much here that you can add. I mean, I don't even know all these studies, but you get the idea. You can add a lot of different things. And what I like to do is I like to move it to the very early because, last net change is okay, but I like to, say I want to move this delta to closer. So if I just go, I hold down the right, I move it up like that, it automatically does it. And now my delta is the first thing I look at. If that's something that if you want to do, you can do that right there. And it's saved. And it's also going to save, I believe, on my desktop, but don't quote me for that ribbon. Okay. So to get out of this, you just go ahead and hit the upper right hand corner again, and you're back to this page. Okay, so one of the things down below you'll see is a bottom ribbon down here. You'll see log out, you'll see a question mark, gear icon, messages and alerts. So those are pretty self-explanatory, but if you hit the support thing, you can go right to support and you can go ahead and hit the call button. So if you have, emergency and you want to call them up, this is a great feature if you want to try and get their phone number or something. They have pretty good support, so no complaints there. Now, the gear icon is a basic settings page. So the thing here I usually play with is I play with the privacy mode. You can also go to that. I also changed the theme a little bit. I like the dark theme, but whatever your preference is. Calculations I leave at default. Everything else is default. I don't have sharing on my trades here, but if I wanted to, I could easily do that. So when I make a trade, it automatically goes to my trade. So that's something that will show up on that list there if you follow someone or if you follow me. Okay, so messages, no messages, but if you had messages, they would show up there. Create alerts. Now, this is something I love. I love creating alerts. Let's say this SPX is, I want to be alerted if it gets to a certain point. So you can see here, alert me at close, or it could do different things. I could do, let's see, all different types. If the bid hits, greater than, I don't know, we'll leave it at 26, So it was created and it'll sit up here and then it'll trigger and it'll pop up on the screen with notifications. So make sure you have notifications on your mobile device and iPad or tablet, or else you won't get this alert, okay? Big thing there. You got to have those that feature enabled. Okay, so down here, if I move along, you see buying power. You'll see orders. If you go to orders, you can just go ahead and start an order. Now, the only thing we'll go through this here in a second. Sorry, I'm getting recovering from being sick, but uh, this does remember your last order or the last thing you played with. So you see here, I clicked the order button and it popped up with Uber. I necessarily don't really want that, and there's no way to like easily clear all this. Um, that's one thing I have, but you can go to orders here as well, the tab, and you can see all your orders, and it will, if I wanted to, do an opposite order, it'll automatically, create that for me. So there's lots of power here. I'd say play with it. Definitely play with it in the paper account. Don't play with your live account and practice. Practice, practice, practice is really important. So you can go ahead and paper trade. I can put that out there. You can see I can put conditions. This is what's really powerful with the mobile app, and it makes it a little bit easier to read when you have a nice, good size iPad. Now I'm on the iPad Pro 2018. It's the newer one, and it's about 10 to 11 inches, and it's a good size. And I'm able to read all the different features here in all my options. Specifically, I can read the amount, and I can, save this order if I wanted to. But I'm gonna go ahead and go back to edit. I'm not gonna click anywhere. I'm gonna click outside the box to kind of just hide it. Okay, it just hides it. It's still there. I'm just hiding it. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so that's all the monitor stuff. And I say monitor because you see a monitor down below is highlighted in the lower right hand corner. Now you can still trade under that, but because I pushed the order tab, but I want to go to trade. Okay, so we've reviewed our portfolio and our watch list, and we're done watching TV. So now we want to make a trade. So if you go to trade right here, okay. Now this is pretty basic, but what's great about this is the options chain. If you're really, if you're really gung-ho with options and you do a lot of options, you're gonna love this feature because it lays it out so nice and just really beautiful for someone who's traveling or on the go. So you can see here's my option chain. I have the SPX. If I click overview, there's lots of features here that even I haven't even like fully digested yet. But clicking this tab up here in the overview, it pulls up kind of a basic chart. Now this chart, it's basic, but look at me. I'm using my two fingers and I'm just kind of like zooming in with the iPad, one finger zoom right to left. And then these right down here below, you can see here I have implied volatility and I have historical volatility in two of my additional studies. I've actually customized this, and you can do the same thing. And if you click right here, upper left-hand corner of this chart where it says 3 Monday, you can edit the time frame. So I have it on a 3. So if I go 1 day, right? Well, it's today's Saturday, so you're not going to see anything. But I could do it, 1 year daily, and you can kind of do the same thing. Now, if I just tap it, you'll see that little thing pops up. I just tap anywhere, just one single click, and this little legend comes up. And this is where you can customize the chart. You can change different things within the candles. You can change the chart by itself. You can add those studies. Now, this is where this window that pops up here is where you can change all that. So you can turn on or off the, so I can say I want to highlight the extended hours. You do the price axis, percentage. You can go by tick. You can go by daily. So you can see all this. It's pretty example moving averages. Here's my study here. I can edit studies. This is really cool because here, let's say I want to edit my moving average, right? I hit the gear icon, and instead of a 20, let's do a 25. All right. I can remove it, but I'm not. I hit back, it saves. Look at all these studies I can do. Wow. I can do all these studies on, I'm just gonna pick one random one. Let's see, let's do a slow VSI. I don't know what that is. Look that up. Um, so it's there, right? That's gonna put a whole bunch of crap on my screen, I'm sure, but I hit back, I hit style, and it's there, right? I could also do a comparison. Now I can hit done, or I can just hit anywhere on the screen. Oh, it won't let me. Okay, so I have to hit done. Sorry. Oh, it's a new style. Okay, so this is a test style. Okay, so I hit done, and there we go. Let's see. I don't see our special RSI. Maybe it's down there. Okay, here it is. So oversold. Okay, yeah. So it's overbought. So VSI is must be something how you can gauge, oversold, overbought. So that it does make sense. Remember that study now. Okay, so the chart here is actually pretty powerful. I really do like it just as an iPad app. Oops. Um, it really gives you some really high customized capabilities within this app, and it's really, really nice. And it's totally free. So, of course, you have your basic stuff at the top here, buy, sell. You can do all that, but I'm not going to be buying the SPX, so I usually only do the options. So let's check that out. Okay, so the options, if you're a heavy options trader, you're really going to enjoy this iPad app for thinkorswim because some of the other tools that I've used, other apps, really kind of make it very difficult to do multi-legs and very advanced option strategies such as double diagonals, even just vertical spreads. Of course, you have some pre-built filters in here, but I never use them because I have my own strategy using credit spreads. But let me show you kind of how that works. So let's say if I wanted to pull up Twilio. So Twilio, uh, the option chain loads up really fast. And just to let you know, I'm on a really slow Wi-Fi right now, so it still loads up very fast. Now, here's the caveat to this. You'll see in the middle here, okay, the option chain. You notice what I just did? I hit these little downside arrows. Now, when you're in a rush, right? Now, I highly recommend that you slow down when you're using this iPad until you feel really comfortable because if someone is telling you to get into this an option trade really quickly, if you're trying to rush this, you may make a mistake in picking the wrong time decay. And what I mean by that is that this will default to the first weekly, and if you're not noticing it, you may be picking the wrong time expiration and not realize it. So I highly recommend that you always look at your options chain expiration date in this grid. So to give an example, if I'm doing something long term and today is what is it, May 18th or something like that? Yeah. So if I want to do something out, say like a month from now, I want to pick 21 June. So I pick 21 June and then I pick my option decisions, my legs. Just know that because I've literally gotten to the point where I put all my stuff in and I just literally last minute noticed like why is my numbers not right? They don't match up. Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong weekly. So uh, just be careful. That's all I can say. Um, so right now I have all strikes. So if we go strikes, you can choose how many strikes. I always use all strikes because I want to look at all the different options I have. Now, here's what's really cool, and this is something that I use. I use delta and like theta and some of the Greeks. If you have certain Greeks that you use and you want to see them as immediately, you don't want to have to scroll. And what I mean scroll is like you move it to the left and right. See how I do that? I have to move to the right to see these other features here. The bid and ask come up, but the ask is kind of hidden, so I have to move it a little bit to the right. For me, personally, I want to see the delta straight from the get-go and the last price. So I customize this. And the way you do that, you just hit the little gear icon in the middle next to calls. And here you go. Another feature that's great is you can customize all this stuff. I mean, you could just put all kinds of things in here. I mean, this is a very long list. And if you need anything more than this, I don't know what you're doing. But I mean, you could do implied volatility or implied volume, intrinsic, uh, open price, prob ITM. I mean, these are all things that you need as a options trader, and it's in here in the the mobile app, which is great. So that's some features that you can do, and I really highly recommend customizing it to your liking. Now, let's say you want to do a spread, right? Say you want to buy and sell, do like either, I don't know, a credit spread or a debit spread. It's real simple. You just basically say you find one strike, and I'll just pick anything here. So if I want to sell that 165, right, and maybe buy this 116, okay, that's all you just pick which ones you want, okay. Now you can go and pick more if you wanted to. It's not going to stop you, but it's going to let you pick as many as you want until you hit this trade button. So go ahead and this trade button, okay. Now you'll see something here on the right. You see that little graph? It's a little analysis tool. It's kind of cool, huh? Yeah, so this is something that I like about this app is it gives you a little analysis tool, but it's very basic and don't expect much from this. This is very is giving you a limited amount of information versus the full-blown risk analysis in the thinkorswim platform. I really would love for them to make it more versatile, where you can add legs, and more do more analysis. Just giving me this little graph helps, but I can't do anything with it. I'm trying to touch it, and so if you hit table, you can see your max profit and your max loss, which is helpful, and it does tell you at the expiration. So usually that's what you want to know, right? You want to know what's your max profit and your max loss. So here it's infinity, but that's something that you need to know, right? So getting back into this, on the left here, you can see this is where you put in your limit and you can put in your price. So just like any other platform, you can adjust your price as you need to. Now it's unlocked, which means it's kind of whatever the market is changing, and it will update as as it moves. But the minute you start pressing the plus and minus buttons, you're enabling that limit price. So if you want to make sure you get a certain price, say I don't want to get filled until 70 cents, you know I'm going to try and save some money and go past that mid price and wait for some movement. Or if you want to just get filled at the natural price and go full head on, you can use your finger to scroll it over, or use the arrow keys. I usually just hit the arrow keys and kind of put it where I want it. I'll maybe put like 2 cents to off the mid or something, so I can guarantee a fill. And that's really it. Now, there's some other features here. You can time if you want to make this, just did it today, the fill, you can change this here or go to good till canceled, which means this will try and fill until you cancel it, basically. You can add more conditions. You can see here submitted a custom time. So if you need if news is coming out after 4 o'clock, you could put this at 3:59 or something like that. Whatever, however you do it, these are all available to you. Okay, so you can switch accounts. You can hit show more and just give you a description that kind of explains to you what you're doing. I've never used this before, but you can click create advanced order. I have not played with this. This is basically saying you could do. This is the uh, kind of a very advanced word, like buy this when this happens kind of order, or sell this, which is good. I mean, basically, what you could do is you could put an order out there and it fills, and then you could say, go ahead and buy this back when it gets 10 cents off. Make a quick scalp or something like that. So you could definitely do this. I have not done it yet, but it's there for you if you want to do a custom order. And I've done it in the other platform, but I haven't done it in the app yet. Okay, just like the other thing, whenever you see this gear icon, you can customize what you're looking at. You can look at studies and stuff like that. So that's really helpful. And then when you're done, you just hit place order, and the same thing comes up as your trade, the cost of trade, max loss, max profit, and you can share to it, and we hit this paper trade button at the upper right hand corner, it will go ahead and send it. So you hit send it, order was sent, and say you did it by accident, right? You just click on it, or go to your orders tab and go working, right? Click on it, and you can say cancel order. There you go. Okay. Okay, so that's the options tab. Now back here, you go to portfolio. You can go to your portfolio. I don't have anything here, but if you go to canceled, like we just did that one order, you can see all your orders from Twilio. If you go to your other previous, orders, let's see, bid at, so I have an alert here. So that's the alert I put. It's on my portfolio. Let's see, Vive. I don't have anything with Twilio. So you can kind of see that all your stuff would be here, and you can also interact with that through this tab. The depth is actually another feature that's something I was really surprised. They're kind of giving you sort of the level two sort of, the time and sales right here. And that's helpful if you're a really active trader. If you really want to see what's going on, you can see that as well. So this is good if you don't have an extra screen for like level two time and sales information, then this will help you. This give you a depth of the position of the equity. Okay, so the last thing I'll show you is we did get a message, and this is kind of telling you that I canceled my order. So if you have notifications turned on, you would see that in your notifications as well. The order was canceled. Just like a fill, you will get a notification, and that's also helpful if you use your mobile device or your phone. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. I really hope this helped you out. It's an app that I use almost every day on my phone and the iPad, especially traveling. It's really kind of a lifesaver, especially when you don't have your laptop nearby, or maybe on your airplane or in a meeting. It's really great to just kind of check on your trades and your positions and overall portfolio. The one thing I hope that they work on is building out the analysis tools. I like to see some more features around the capability of projecting, my projected profits on an options chain. Okay, so the only thing I think they need to work on in this app is really just the analysis tool. I really hope they work on that and add some more features. I'd like to, see some more uh, analysis tools that you can use just as a separate tab. That'd be great. Maybe enhance it. Give us the same functionality that the desktop app has. That'd be awesome. So I really hope this helps. And if you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave that down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and let me know if you have anything else to add. And I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.